Now it gives me great pleasure to welcome our two guest readers here tonight, Grace Wells and Susanne O'Leary. Susanne O'Leary is Swedish, married to a former Irish diplomat, and lives in County Tipperary. She has written two non-fiction books published by Gill and Macmillan in 1999 and 2000, respectively, and 4 novels. She has also recently completed a historical novel based on an old scandal in her family. After that, she co-wrote a detective story with another Swedish writer who also wrote some of the scripts for the famous Wallander series. Her agent has great hopes for this, and it's now out with a number of publishers. She will read from her new novel, Swedish for Beginners. Susanne O'Leary.
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you for inviting me to come here and read for you tonight. I just want to clarify something, that I am the wife of a former diplomat and not the former wife of a diplomat. They're actually still married, even though
My first writ. Thank you, Susanne.
I made the butt of all my jokes in my first novel, but he's still married. When friends and acquaintances hear that I have published yet another novel, the 2 first questions they always ask me are, is there a lot of sex in it, and am I in it? And I always say yes to both. That normally causes a flurry of sales in Amazon. But when my first novel came out, Diplomatic Incidents, everybody wanted to know who the politicians, the Irish politicians, were in the story. But nobody asked who the Spanish lover was, because they assumed he was a figment of my imagination. And of course he was, but they could have asked. And when that novel came out, we were still on a posting in Brussels, and people were reading this and trying to guess who was who in this novel. And I found men sidling up to me at parties and whispering in my ear saying, "I know, it's me. It's me." And I always said yes, because I didn't know. My second novel was called European Affairs, and it was set in Brussels. So I thought to write a kind of farcical novel about bureaucrats in Brussels. But halfway through it, I got so bored myself with the setting that I took the whole cast and wrote them to Saint-Tropez, because I thought I'd have more fun there. And so that was kind of a farcical novel. And when it came out, I was really surprised to see in a magazine that I had written a bunkbuster set in the corridors of power in Brussels. So I had to look through the novel again and see if my editor had snuck in some bunking there without me knowing it, but no. It wasn't, it was just a journalist making it up. I'm sure he hadn't even read the book. They very seldom do anyway. So then we came to the first, the 2 following novels, and there I sort of went away from left my own experiences and used what I call the what if ideas. It's kind of the what if question comes into my mind when I see a situation. We happened to be on a skiing holiday in the Alps, and the idea came, I thought, what if a group of very glamorous people get snowed into their very chic chalet and can't get out, and are stuck there together, and who would be eaten first, and what would happen to them? So that became Fresh Powder. That had quite a lot of success in Ireland, and it became Book of the Month when it came out. And the second, then the next novel was Finding Margot, and then again I said, what if, and I happen to be in this situation myself, a woman walks out on her husband in the middle of the motorway in France after a row about her map reading skills. And what if this woman keeps walking and assumes another identity and has lots of adventures type Thelma and Louise, and that became Finding Margot, that came out in 2007. So then I made, and I took a little break from writing, and then the next idea came in kind of slowly for Swedish for Beginners, and I have to apologize if you think it came in for a language course. It's not. It's a novel. That's why I had to add a novel so that people wouldn't expect to learn Swedish. Well, you learn a little bit of Swedish, but it's a story. The idea, first of all, the idea came from letters that I had written myself to my mother when I was in my 20s, living in Australia and desperately homesick. And I thought, and also my own feelings of confusion about my roots, because I've been traveling around the world since I was 21, and you do get kind of a little bit confused, and you're thinking, where do I actually belong? Where's my home? Where am I from? And I thought I'd write a novel exploring this problem, also using the idea of the letters. And the story is about a young woman it starts in Ireland, a young woman who was Irish. Her mother died when she was only a baby, and she can't remember her mother, and her father never told her anything about her mother. And then when her father dies, she gets a box that belonged to her dead mother, and she discovers that her mother was Swedish. And by going through the things in the box, and then she goes to Sweden, and she's given a collection of letters her mother wrote when she was younger in Australia, living in Australia with her little baby and her husband. So that's basically the story, and of course there are lots of intrigues and mysteries. And she reads, when she reads the letter, she gets to know family members who she gets to know as she meets them are much older, but in the letters they're younger, so she gets their backstory through the letters. So that's the story. And then I thought I'd read a little bit from Swedish for Beginners. The first one, which I thought was kind of emotional for me as well, when Maud gets the box and she goes through all the things in it. So, yeah, chapter 2. Okay. Maud looked at what appeared to be a family photograph. It was in black and white, and a man and a woman were sitting on a bench in a garden with 2 children, a boy and a girl, perched on their laps. The woman was very beautiful, with curly dark hair and lovely eyes. Her arms were wrapped around a little girl with light hair in a cotton dress with a white collar. The boy was older and taller than the girl. His hair was darker, and he was dressed in trousers and a white shirt. He was sitting on his father's knee, but looked as if he thought he was much too old to sit on someone's lap. The man, whose hair was light, like that of little girls, didn't look into the camera, but at the woman with an expression of pure love and delight. Maud studied the picture, wondering who the people were. She had opened the box on an impulse, curiosity getting the better part.